for today's cup of coffee, this could almost be a what the fuck file.
Have y'all ever seen the Barbie movie?
Oh, God.
Have any of you seen the Barbie movie? Tell me how it is. I wanted to go see it in theaters.
Well, he's still having kidney stones horribly. God love it.
It hurts.
I mean, he's just
They hurt.
miserable.
Like my hand is shaking right now.
But hopefully it's getting to where it's getting close to where it could come out. This one, he has multiples in each kidney.
Literally. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm running a risk of having a kidney removed.
No, you're not. They're not. No. Can you say melodrama? Can you say Leo Rising, boys and girls?
You know, there's a whole
God.
album called Melodrama. It's by Lorde.
Anyhow, this is from Daily Mail by Zac Campbell, August the 2nd of 2022. And you're going to get two totally different viewpoints on this one. And Mr. Campbell writes, funeral homes are offering hot pink Barbie-themed coffins for fans who hope to take their love for the doll to their grave.
Are they also covered in Swarovski crystals?
And says that they have been offered
Flowers,
by funeral
bows,
homes in
60s
Mexico,
motif.
El Salvador, and across Latin America for around a year, but their popularity has surged following the resoundingly successful release of Barbie in cinemas.
Yeah.
So this was already a thing. That's kind of horrifying.
And I've heard that it's actually a deep movie. It's not as shallow as people think.
The film, which stars Margot Robbie as the title character and Ryan Gosling as Ken,
I hate that I never got one of the Margot Robbie dolls.
brought in a whopping $162 million at the box office on its opening weekend after being released in the UK on July 21st of 2023.
Yes.
I don't know what it brought in here in America. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So,
Because, like, almost everyone and anyone was excited for the Barbie movie. Just as excited as they were for Megan.
The Oliver's Funeral Home, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, my bad. Funeral Home is promoting their Barbie house coffin with the slogan, "So you can rest like Barbie." And a promotional clip for the coffin says, quote, "This coffin, with its striking bright pink color, represents the spark and energy of those unforgettable moments they lived. It is a reminder that our stories deserve to be remembered and celebrated with color and vibrancy. May this tribute be a celebration full of love, colors, and unforgettable memories," end quote.
You know, before...
That's kind of horrible. That's
Sort of.
Who the hell
But
wrote this?
That's not... I don't know. But before Monster High came out, I was already searching on eBay for custom-made Barbie coffins. Like, for the dolls.
Oh, well, you know, that's a do-it-yourself type thing. It says the Alpha and Omega Funeral Home in some place I'm not even going to try to attempt in El Salvador offers a Barbie-themed coffin and got ahead of the trend by launching their pink coffin around a year ago. Undertaker Isaac...
Wasn't there someone else that did that, like, way longer? Like, way before then?
I don't know. I really have not kept
I'm pretty
up
sure
with
there
this one.
was.
Undertaker Isaac Vallejas,
Who?
yeah, told Jam Press that interest in the vibrant coffin was unprecedented. He stated, quote, "We wanted to promote the pink coffin as it has become a trend and people have been contacting us. Of the 40 people who inquired about it, we have already closed a contract with at least 10 new clients. We even ran out of stock," end quote. Now, let me say that these are small businesses. They're not these like mega, you know,
Are they coffins or caskets?
Caskets are us.
Are they coffins or caskets? Because coffins have the unilid. The one solid lid.
I don't know. Let me see.
And caskets have
Let me go back and
have
look.
the two pieces.
This has the one lid.
Okay, so it is an actual coffin.
Okay, I'm just reading it. I don't have the split screen capabilities at this point.
We got another monitor over there. I could just bring it over here and plug it up to the
that's true.
HDMI.
The funeral firm shared a clip of the promotion on TikTok, because of course it did, where it went viral with 1.6 million views and nearly 5,000 comments.
Heck yeah.
One local joked, "Death in plastic. It's fantastic."
I love that. I love that.
That was great.
That is good.
That was really good. And another one had said, "I want one for when I die." It says, it comes as the film caused a global pink paint shortage because the set required such high quantities of the color. Speaking about the sheer amount of pink paint used in the film, director Greta Gerwig said, quote, "I wanted the pinks to be very bright and everything to be almost too much. I didn't want to forget what made me love Barbie when I was a little girl. You have a painted sky and a soundstage, which is an illusion, but it's also really there. The painted backdrop is really there," end quote.
And you know, pink never became her color until the 80s came around, and that's when pink became her signature.
Which is kind of frightening.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Why the hell is that thing? When I was little, I did have Barbies. And I will tell you this, it was a fashion doll. I was never huge into... You may tell you why? Because I have ADHD. That's not something that developed overnight. And to sit there and meticulously undress and dress a doll was not my thing.
Oh, see, I loved that.
Oh, God, no. That was no. And then
it satisfied my ADHD, and the rip of the Velcro was very, very satisfying to my brain.
No, in the 60s and early 70s, I mean, the clothing that were for the Barbie dolls.
Oh, no, those were good.
They were nice. They were stylish. They were fashionable. I mean, we're talking, this was not just...
Well, they were based
It was really good, sophisticated clothing for the fashion dolls.
Well, the thing is, they were based off of actual pieces of clothing that anyone could go get.
Yes. And so that was the thing.
They had actual zippers on them. They had snaps.
Absolutely, they had snaps. And they were pricey.
For the time,
And they're still pricey. Those outfits, what, $15, $20 for a doll?
For a decent quality doll. I mean, the Margot Robbie, like, I won't even say the dress, like the basic dress of the one in like the gingham pink gingham.
Oh God.
I won't say that like that's the best quality fabric, but it's the best quality Barbie that we've gotten in a while. But they certainly do not make the clothing for them like they used to.
Right. And it's like looking at an Andrew Wyeth painting for me, and that damn every single fucking blade of grass, and it just, I start twitching. The thought of somebody having to sit there and sew those tiny, tiny things is kind of horrifying, because that's how my brain works. I'm like, oh God, somebody had to sit there and sew this. Now, I had a grandmother that would make clothing for the dolls. She would hand stitch the stuff.
Now, hand stitching is one thing, but if you have a machine, you can get that done real quick.
Not with those tiny, tiny things. No, it's still very cumbersome. And that's why, as far as, of course, I was an outdoor kid, too. I was doing stuff. I was cooking. I was doing, because if the adults were doing whatever, I wanted to do it. I enjoyed going to the cannery. I enjoyed going out and gardening and building things and stuff like that. So, no, to sit still that long and try to do this stuff with a doll that goes against the ADHD. And then this horrible color pink. Oh, God. I have never been a fan of that color. There is just something about it that goes just totally... No.
Like, there's no other name for it other than it's Barbie pink.
It is... Well, Abomination is the name that goes with it. But Kid, it resonates with him. Now, he has been a collector literally
fan.
since he was like 3 or 4 years old.
Loved them. And like,
Because the artistry of it. He loves the fabrics and the colors
Well, the
and the
thing is-
textures and different things like that.
their faces were originally hand painted too. They had to be.
Right.
Now, in the late 70s to 80s, that's when they were able to develop the technology, and it was readily available in factories by then to spray the faces on.
Yeah, and they're
But
horrible.
before then, do you know, it's difficult painting a doll's face
That's
on.
I'm sure.
It takes a lot of time.
Sure,
And
and talent.
it is so fucking frustrating to get the eyes to match.
Right. Kid does, what are they called, face-ups?
Yeah, it's just
Where
basically...
he will paint the doll. He will remove the factory face and repaint them, and they are incredible. Just one of a kind, original works of art. So, and he and other people do that. There is a huge community that does the different collecting of these,
Yeah.
things,
And it has
collectibles.
and it has risen. The collector community, as far as that, has risen.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that it has. And it's like,
But even as far as BJDs, ball jointed dolls,
right,
those have to be sculpted,
Right.
hand sculpted,
sure.
casted, and hand painted.
Well, that was like when you restrung Helena, our 100 plus year old doll, my 100 plus year old doll, German made, and how she moved. It's like you've got these little hooks on the inside of the limbs, and that it's like elastic bands or something that's stretched. Is that correct?
On the hands and
On her legs and stuff.
yeah,
and her head.
up to but like right below the knee joint.
Right.
That's where the hooks are on her legs, and on her hands. That's where the hooks are.
I couldn't
But
watch
the
it.
rest of her limbs are hollow, including her body.
Right.
Um,
It was an art project. It was a repair service for him. For me, it was like having a kid going through operation.
I still need to redo her
I made
hair.
him. No, it made me nervous. So it's like, don't you do it?
The thing is, if I had the proper equipment and supplies, I would completely redo her body
Her body doesn't really need
to get it back to how it originally was when she was first created.
right.
Because I would like to see her fully restored.
Right. Well, I don't know that the yellowing of the shellac and stuff, that's just part of the fact that she is an antique.
Well, yeah. But also someone... Who wrote on her?
I don't know.
On
Now,
her
whoever
body
did
with
that
nail
needs to-
polish.
somebody needs to be slapped on that. That whoever did that was just ridiculous. You
I mean,
don't do an antique like that
They could
ever.
Never. Like
But-
you write on a little slip and you keep it on them. Like a little slip of paper. and-
Right. But with the Barbie phenomenon and stuff, how that has changed over the years has been interesting to watch.
Well, they did that for not only more promotion, but money.
Oh, of
They
course.
wanted
it
more
went
money so they could up her quality to combat Rainbow High, because Rainbow High is beating Barbie's ass as far as quality right now.
Right.
Because Rainbow High has the best quality as far as fashion dolls on the consumer market right now. I was
Well, I
racking
don't
my
know
brain
that-
for that consumer.
I don't know that people, and maybe they always did, because that was not my tribe of people as far as the collectors on things like that.
I mean, it's literal art. To me, it's literal
It is
artistry.
literal art. It is artistry. I get that, and there are some that are beautiful, and it's like you set them on the shelf, and then what?
You look at them once in a while, and then you take them off the shelf. You take pictures, you play with them a bit, then you set them back on the shelf until
Right.
whenever.
So that's just something that's foreign to me, and that's just me. But that, like I said, that's like the vibration of the color pink, especially this god awful Pepto Bismol
Now the Pepto-Bismol pink, no. Now that hot pink that Barbie had in the early 2000s,
It's
like
weird.
from 2008 to 2010.
That is
was
is
good.
one of
that
the
was hot pink.
There's not that many colors that I have a visceral reaction to, but that's one of them.
Yeah.
I will get away from it. Oh God, I love the color red. I like maroons. I like a variety, but I hate pink. I hate it. It just didn't try hard enough. It's something. There's something that, and maybe I was traumatized by it. I don't know.
I don't know. Hot pink is trying really damn hard, and it's loud.
No, maybe that's what it is, because it always reminds me of like vinyl, cheap shit.
There's
stuff.
this woman that was up there in the facility I was in. She literally looked like a real life Barbie come to life. Like, she looked like a Barbie come to life the way that she dressed.
That's tragic. Did she do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I was like, I've never seen anyone dress like that for real, and I always complimented her on the way that she dressed.
And she was supposed to be a trained professional, right?
Yeah, she was one of the therapists.
Oh God. Well, that's better than the one that was going with the teenage boys where I worked before in a cat suit for Halloween. And she was in her 60s. There was a problem there. I heard about this from the kids. That was before I was hired on there.
Yeah, no, she was not. She did not.
Jesus help us.
She did not dress provocative in the slightest. It was very professional, but very. What's the word I'm looking for? Out there.
Okay.
So you can definitely point her out from all of them.
I'm sure. So is attention seeking? Is that what you're saying?
All I know is that she's real life Barbie.
It's interesting.
Except elder. She's elder Barbie.
Well, remember, that's what I was told in the Psych 101 class, that everybody gets in to study psychology to diagnose their own neuroses. That's why I was there.
But nobody's able to, because they got they're like two.
Absolutely.
If you're 2 feet from a tree, you can't see the whole thing.
Right. That's exactly what it is. So, and it has just, psychology has taken some really insidious turns over the past quite a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if the tree is right up in your face, you can't see
shit. You can't. But that's just like, as far as, there used to be a website, and I think it was called Custom Coffins back when I was in radio. And I was fascinated by that, because you could put in an order and they would basically build whatever kind of coffin that you wanted.
Wienermobile.
So if
Wienermobile coffin.
You wanted the Wienermobile, if you wanted a UFO, they had some that were just, again, they were works of art.
But I bet you people still do that.
But to be buried, to have that buried.
Yeah, someone will dig you up eventually and
keep
the casket.
What, oh God, can you imagine if this person, and maybe they're just trying to prevent grave robbers, you know?
I think they would rather dump the body and keep the casket at that point.
Instead of having one of these classic, sleek, beautiful toe pincher coffins that has that grand piano mirror finish black, to this shit, I think not. There is no comparison.
See, I wouldn't say mine would be completely piano black, but there would definitely be a piano black on it. But it would definitely be a toe pincher.
Yeah, I mean, that was just that again, artistry. It wasn't mass produced. It was for the individual. You had the undertaker in the town or whatever. Oh God, I can't even imagine, if the Lord tarries and the earth continues on, somebody at some point hundreds of years from now digging up one of these monstrosities and going,
like,
here lies somebody that had absolutely no taste.
Like some fucking historian, like some futuristic historian. Some future historian is going to look back at this and just create some story to go along with it.
That's what they do. That's what they do, is make shit up as they go along. It's like all our history pretty much is conjecture and flat out lies.
But imagine the stories that they would tell with that sort of thing.
Absolutely. We could just They worship the Pepto of Bismol.
By the way, speaking of outlandish things, did you see that Heidi Klum went as a worm for Halloween one year? And it was...
That was... She does some really impressive
It was actually
theatrical
really well
makeup.
done.
Yeah. Yeah, it was disturbing.
Yeah.
So, anyhow.
She had to lay on the carpet.
God, that's
Because she
crazy.
couldn't stand in it for long. She
Well,
literally had to lay on the
yeah.
carpet.
I hope she had somebody that was willing to hold her up for hours or whatever, because if she had fallen backwards, that's a skull fracture right there.
Like, she could stand up in it for like a good few minutes, but then you're back on the ground.
What's a worm?
You know, I'm
have a
just
lot of
laying around.
options.
Like, literally, she was like, I'm just laying around, worming about.
That makes you appreciate being human.
Yeah.
Being human. Final thoughts on this thing.
I think it's cool. It sucks that there's paint shortage now, but
Oh, God.
I think it's iconic. Custom coffins need to be more accepted anyway.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I didn't
Customize
look to see...
your own coffin.
You can do that. People used to do that. Get a shroud and a huge banker box. That's it. That's
you can
it.
Customize
That's
that,
mine.
doodle all over the thing.
Sure. Put stickers on it. Something like that. It'd be pretty cool. So, if you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And that will be in the description box, as will the link to the Barbie coffin article. They've got videos on the link, so you can go and
Is it from TikTok?
I don't
from
know.
TikTok?
I didn't. I actually did not watch the video because the color was just like, oh God, no. I was slightly
You have a
nauseous
visceral
at that point.
reaction to it.
I do. So it's
It's a good thing I never asked my room to be painted that color.
Yeah, that would have been a no. No.
You know, there was a book that was like everything pink, and it was of this girl who literally wanted her whole room pink, and it was just this one shade of pink, and to a point she painted herself pink, that shade of pink, and her mom could not find her because she was the same shade of pink as everything else in that room.
I think you're deficient on rose quartz. That's something else. I have this huge aversion to rose quartz.
I like rose quartz.
I know you do. That's where we need to get you like a huge rose quartz.
But that was a
and
child book.
And it's
literally, so until she cried because her mom couldn't find her, she had to cry, and that wiped the paint away. So,
and the mama found it.
Mhm.
Well, at least it had a happy story.
and then it
happy
turned
ending.
blue. Everything turned blue.
I
The
read
same shade of blue.
See, I read about that kid that had the purple crayon. I loved that about the purple crayon. Was his name Simon or something? And the purple crayon, and it created worlds.
No.
I want one of those purple crayons.
That reminds me of the purple crayon creating worlds. That's Chalk Zone.
Oh, that was another one. It was similar to it. It was.
Chalk Zone.
So, are you going to
That's
do...
that's a
Chalk Zone
core
was cool.
memory.
Yeah, Chalk Zone was cool.
Yeah.
You want to do your spiel over there?
Yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good.
Know that you're loved.
Yes.
Even if you do like this Barbie pink
Join the
color.
Barbie cult.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.